Hi, today I'm going to discuss one deep fundamental shift in your perspective that can transform your relationship with your partner. And once you learn it, it will be so obvious that you think, how did I not think of it before? So I ask you, do you ever feel that you ended up with the wrong person? Like you start questioning, what am I really getting out of this relationship? You feel your partner lacks so many basic qualities. And the reality is you can't really leave this person, but you are pretty dissatisfied. Sometimes you seriously end up disliking your partner. And ultimately, it reflects in how you behave with them. You often criticize them, you try to control them or push them to do some things. You basically want to coach them, teach them how to be a decent, normal, functional human being. Now, I want you to think about, what do you think is behind all of this? One big factor behind all this dissatisfaction is the benchmarks that you have. You are analyzing your partner based on some benchmarks or standards that you have in your mind. Whether you realize it or not, there is some criteria in your mind against which you are measuring up your partner. And where do these benchmarks or criteria come from? They could simply be coming from an ideal relationship that you always wanted. Maybe for you, the benchmarks are what your parents did, or your friends or siblings are doing. Or maybe you're learning what's normal from movies or TV. And usually it's just a mix of all of those things. And the flip side is that your partner also has their own benchmarks. They have their own rights and wrongs. They also have a list of their own basic things. You try to fix them, they try to fix you. And in this process, you basically create hell together. It becomes a lose-lose for both of you. Because not only you both pretty much fail in changing the other person, both of you just continue to be dissatisfied. Here comes the better approach, the fundamental shift in your perspective. I say that your benchmark must not be some ideals or other people. Your benchmark must be your solo life. This is how you should think about the whole thing. I was born alone. I'm gonna die alone. Life is essentially a solo journey. Now in this journey, I have a person who's gonna spend a lot of time with me. I call this person my life partner. Now I must focus on what this person adds to my solo journey. Some examples. Now I don't have to go watch movies alone. I get to cuddle. I have someone who will care for me when I'm sick. I'll get to enjoy parenthood because of this person, etc. Now these benefits will of course differ from person to person, but whoever you are and whoever your life partner is, you can always list some things which you did not have in your solo life and you now do have because of this person. So I want you to write down what is that list for you. And once you can recall those items, your prime goal is to feel grateful about them. And this is your starting analysis for your partner. Now you're not comparing your partner to some other benchmarks or criteria. Hence, there is no dissatisfaction or disappointment anymore. There's no need for forceful fixing or coaching. You're like, I was gonna live or die alone, but here I got some help, some love. Life is better. My solo life is happier, better off because of my partner. What else can I ask for? Life is good. Now, if let's say you want even more from life, there are two major options. First, you can request the partner to contribute to more of your desires. Like, would you like to go swimming with me? Can you help me put together this toy that I want our children to have? I want a cleaner house. Can you help? See, I think we need to eat healthier. So would you chop some veggies and help me? I'll make the salad. Now remember, these were your desires and you're requesting for help in your desires. So they may or may not help. You are not entitled to their contribution. Even if what you're doing is helping them, it's still coming from you. It's still your primary desire. So you can only request. Sometimes they may even promise to help you, but might not even be able to keep the promise. Be prepared for everything. A second option is pretty simple. If they don't help you, do it yourself. Not out of resentment, but from this understanding that if it's my needs, I have to take responsibility for it. I wanted more from life. I can't put the responsibility on my partner. So this basic shift makes life so much simpler. We are both on solo journeys. Let's be grateful for what we get from each other. If we want more, we will request. If the other person agrees, great. If not, we'll do it ourselves. This is sustainable, equal, ethical. And a great upside of this approach is that now there is no space for disrespecting each other or dominating, which means ultimately there will be more love between the partners. And when there's more love, ultimately both of you are more likely to say yes to each other's requests. So now you have higher love and higher cooperation. double win. This is so simple, yet so many people just can't do it. Now, of course, there will be times when things will be difficult. Like, you might understand this approach, but your partner might not. They may still disrespect you. They may still try to dominate you. And sometimes your partner can even become a burden on you because of dysfunction or chaos in their life. In such cases, of course, you'll have to stand up for yourself, create boundaries, communicate, negotiate with your partner, find solutions. That's part of life. And I'll go into details of how to do that some other time. Today's goal is to simply change your fundamental view of the partner and the relationship. Here's how I can summarize it. Life is a solo journey. Whatever my partner adds to my solo journey, I need to feel good about it, feel grateful. When my partner hurts or takes away from my solo journey, I need to find ways to deal with it. And the good thing about this view is now you're analyzing your partner from the objective point of view of your own solo life, not random standards which you picked up from God knows where. I hope this made sense. Thank you for listening. And in my solo journey of YouTube, I request you to make a contribution. Like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Shridhar Life School now specializes in relationship counseling. We start with an in-depth checkup or assessment of your relationship, your strong and weak areas. Now, based on that, our therapists will help you using world-class techniques and interventions, which have been developed after decades of research in marital therapy. It's always better if both partners come for counseling, but if for some reason your partner is unable to join, you can definitely start on your own. To book sessions, visit our website shridharlifeschool.com.